Have you ever felt like a part of you is missing? Like something that should be right there by your side has just vanished? Well, for a young boy named Leo, that feeling was all too real because the part of him that was missing was his own shadow. It started one sunny morning. Leo woke up, stretched, and bounced out of bed, ready for a day of adventure. But when he glanced down, he froze. The familiar dark shape that always mimicked his every move was gone. He looked under the bed, behind the curtains, even in the closet. Nothing. Just an empty sunlit floor where his shadow should have been. Leo's heart thumped. How could a shadow just leave? He ran outside, his feet pounding on the pavement. The sun was bright, casting long, dark shapes from trees and lampposts, but none of them belonged to him. He felt strangely light, incomplete. He spun around, and that's when he saw it. A flicker of darkness darting down the street. It was his shadow, and it was running away. Without a second thought, Leo gave chase. "Hey, come back!" he yelled. The shadow, free from its owner, seemed to dance and leap with joy. It zipped around corners, squeezed under fences, and slid over walls. Leo was fast, but his shadow was faster. It was like trying to catch a whisper. He chased it all the way to the park. His shadow was having the time of its life, sliding down the slides on its own, swinging on the swings, and even playing tag with the shadows of other children. For the first time, Leo saw his shadow not as a silent follower, but as something with its own desires, its own need for fun. It didn't want to just copy him. It wanted to be free. Feeling a strange mix of frustration and understanding, Leo sat on a bench to catch his breath. How do you convince your own shadow to come back? You can't exactly grab it. He decided to try a different tactic. Instead of chasing it, he started playing. He climbed the jungle gym, his movements big and expressive. He swung on the monkey bars, laughing loudly. Slowly, his shadow seemed to notice. It stopped playing with the others and crept closer, curiously watching Leo. It seemed drawn to his joy, to the energy he was putting out. Leo pretended not to see it. He ran to the open field and started doing cartwheels, one after another, his laughter echoing through the park. His shadow crept closer and closer until, as Leo did one final, triumphant cartwheel, it quietly slipped back into place at his feet. Leo landed, looked down, and smiled. His dark companion was back, perfectly attached to his heels. He wiggled his toes, and his shadow wiggled back. From that day on, things were different. Leo understood that his shadow wasn't just a part of him. It was a friend who needed to play. So every day, they would have shadow time. They'd have dance-offs in the living room, make giant shadow puppets on the wall, and run through the fields, letting their combined forms stretch and shrink in the sunlight. Leo learned that sometimes the parts of ourselves we think we've lost aren't gone forever. They just need a little freedom, a little attention, and a little fun to be reminded of where they belong. The boy who lost his shadow found something even better, a friend who would always be there as long as he remembered to dance. The story teaches us a beautiful lesson. We all have parts of ourselves that we might neglect: our creativity, our joy, our inner child. We get so busy with our daily lives that we forget to let these parts out to play. But just like Leo's shadow, they don't disappear. They're just waiting for us to invite them back to give them a moment to dance in the sun. Maybe you have a shadow self that's been hiding, a passion you've put aside, a hobby you haven't touched in years. Why not let it out for a little while? Paint that picture, write that song, go for that run. You might be surprised at how good it feels to be whole again, to have all the parts of you, seen and unseen, moving together in perfect harmony. Don't be afraid to chase after the things that make you feel complete. And more importantly, don't forget to play along the way. Your shadow is counting on it. Thank you so much for joining me for this story today. If it resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you'd hit that like button and subscribe for more tales and thoughts. Let me know in the comments what part of your shadow you going to let out to play. Until next time, keep shining.